In this video, we're going to look at evaluating exponential expressions. And I just want to remind you first that an exponent is that little superscript number in an expression that tells how many copies of the factor will be multiplied into the expression. And the exponent can affect only what it is next to. It cannot affect everything in the problem unless everything in the problem is in parentheses. So we're going to see that illustrated here in just a second. We're going to work 6 problems together. And so let's look at the first one. In parentheses we have -2, and -2 in parentheses is raised to the 4th power. So what the parentheses are telling us is that the 4 is affecting everything here in the parentheses. So when I write this out, I actually get -2 times -2 times -2 times -2, 4 of them. And we see that 4 negative signs make a positive answer. 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 16. So we get positive 16. However, on part B, we don't have any parentheses. So look what happens. The 4 affects only the 2, not the negative. So the negative sits there by itself, and what gets written down 4 times is the 2. Now, 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is 16, but there's a negative in front, so the final answer comes out -16. On part C, I hope you remember from your previous algebra experience that anything to the 0 power is 1, and here -5 is being raised to the 0 power. The whole thing's in parentheses, so the whole thing is to the 0 power, and anything to the 0 power is 1. But on part D, there are no parentheses. So what's being raised to the 0 power? Just the 5. The negative is not being raised to a power. So the negative sits there, and 5 to the 0 becomes 1. So the negative is sitting there still, and 5 to the 0 is 1. So -5 to the 0 is -1. On part E, look what the 3 is next to. It's next to the x. So what's being raised to the 3rd power? Just x, not the 6. So we will not be able to simplify anything here because we don't know what x is, and there's no exponent on the 6. So can't simplify, and I just want to remind you that the 3 applies only to the x. However, on this problem, part F, the 3 is outside. That means that the 3 applies to everything inside the parentheses. So we're going to get 6x times 6x times 6x, which is 216 times x to the 3rd.